Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to English Seminar 2, English Conversation Seminar Part 2. Last class, we only mentioned the syllabus, which was about the topics that we were going to have during this semester. But that was it. We talked about the evaluation criteria and so on. But today, we are going to talk a little bit more since it's our first class. And the first part of the class, we are going to talk about vocabulary. And come in, I can see you now. Hello. So here's the thing. I'm trying to share a page with you, which is the Word document. You're supposed to be able to see it. Let me know if you see the Word document that I'm showing, that it's titled Production and Manufacturing Terms. Can everyone see this?
I can
Yes.
see an Excel.
No, it's a Word. It's a Word document. I'm sharing it again. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I see.
Okay, good.
Yes.
We're good to go then. Thank you. Thank you for participating and letting me know. Okay. So here's the thing with this. I just added this to your Canvas session. So in your platform, you're going to be able to see this document also. It is a list with terms. As you can see, it says here, there is this table that is provided in alphabetical order so that you students of the English language can find the terms that you need. So in this case, we're gonna use some terms that we already became familiar with them last semester. We used some of these terms last semester, but this time we're going to start a glossary. That's going to be a homework and it's going to take a lot of your time, but it needs to happen during this first week because yes, we need to go move forward and you need to complete this task. So it is about like 100 and something words. I used to have a different homework before. It used to be more than 400 words. Not anymore. I changed it and then I made a different collection of terms. What you need to do is you can go online, look for a dictionary in English, or just look at it at Google. You can, for example, if we are going to look for the definition of flowchart, let's just copy the name in here. I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm going to share a Google. So I'm just moving from screens. So I'm gonna start sharing. Where is it? Google. Here. You can just paste the word there. Ask for the definition, English, of course, and then click enter. And then you're gonna start finding a lot of web pages that talk about it, but you're looking for the definition. So you gotta look for a dictionary. And over here, there's always the dictionary from Google that you can use. For example, here, the definition of flowchart, it tells us that it is a diagram of the sequence of movements or actions of people or things involved in a complex system or activity. It is also a graphical representation of a computer program in relation to its sequence of functions as distinct from the data it processes. So, what you're going to be doing with this vocabulary, it's you're going to take the words, you're going to investigate those words, and you're going to write them down in your notebooks, and you're going to make a glossary with them. Yes. Come on. If I'm just gonna use word processor, Microsoft Word processor, then I'm not gonna write anything because I'm just gonna copy and paste, and not even gonna read anything. So what I want you to do is to do it in your notebook, writing down a lot of things. But you can do it, you can teammate or look for a partner. For example, Gabi can work with Jasmine and Carmen and Gilberto. It could be 4 or 5 people. You can divide the work, and then you just take a picture of your work, share it with the other one, and then you write it down. So you can use the help of your classmates. But everyone needs to have a glossary in their notebooks. So I'm explaining what you're going to be doing. Okay. So you're going to be doing or working on building, making a glossary, un glosario, okay, of all of these words. So what I want you to do is to understand what anti-sleep is, what backlog means, what bulk production means, what in stock means, what's the meter of manometer, pressure gauge, what's the meaning of non-flammable, what does it mean to have a label, what is the difference between production progress, production standards, production statement, production time, manufacturing time. They do have different definitions. If we continue with the second page, what's the difference between project management, project manager, project planning, a quality certificate, a quality circle, and so on. Okay. Jasmine is asking, in short definition? Yes, a short definition. As long as it is the definition that applies to this meaning of, you have to look for the definition in terms of manufacturing. Remember that in English, we have very few words. It's not the same as in Spanish. In Spanish, we have a bigger amount of words. It's a bigger vocabulary. But in English, if you look at a dictionary, if you open up for one word, it has 4, 5, 6, and sometimes like 10 different definitions. You have to be careful with the context of it. So you are now looking for definitions of words that are relatable to manufacturing. And that's the definition that you should be looking for. Yes. So, and this list, I took it out from Todco.dash, which is production manufacturing vocabulary, and I took it out from this webpage. Okay. So it was published in 2018. I didn't take it in 2018. I investigated this about a year ago in 2020. So that's what you're going to be doing with this vocabulary. And you're going to be working with this for a week. So it is a lot of work, I know, but we're going to use this time that you don't have many homeworks right now, so you can start working with this one. You're going to use the vocabulary. And for the third week, because you're going to complete this on the second week, from this week to second week. For the third week, you're going to have a short presentation, very short presentation of about a minute, where you're going to use 3 of those definitions. You're going to put them in the same context. In one example, where you can use the 3 words or the 3 terms, the 3 different terms, with probably a picture or something that is a visual aid that can help you explain faster. What I want to accomplish with that is I want you to be able to not only look for the definition, not only try to write the definition, but also to understand the use of those definitions. And so for the third week, for next week, I'm going to be telling you who is going to present which words. I'm going to tell Carmen, I'm going to tell Benjamin, I'm going to tell Abel, which words are yours. And then you have a week to present those words. Okay. And it's only for 1 minute. It's a very simple task that you're going to be doing. So yes, yeah, there comes Manuel is coming back. We have him back. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing with those words. You already have the list in your Canvas session. Let me see, I'm checking it right now. I need to make sure that you already have it. The list, you don't have the space to submit the homework, but you have the list of words under Unit 1. Under Unit 1 in your platform session on Canvas, you have this Word document that is called Production and Manufacturing Terms. Okay? So you can start working on them now. It's going to be on your notebook, a list of words. Okay? So that's enough work for about a week. That's a lot of work for about a week, but you need to start doing it. So I wanted to explain what you were going to be doing, and then I want us to read. To put ourselves into the vocabulary terms, I want us, you and me, I want us to start going back to all of these terms and start working with them, start working with that vocabulary as soon as possible, which means today. So we're gonna start working with them. We're going to start reading. I'm going to project a reading that it is, it's called, What is Industrial Engineering? This is from Jim Lucas, that's the author. And I am already projecting it. I'm going to start reading, but I'm only going to read the 2 first lines. And then one of you is going to continue, another one of you is going to continue, and so on. Everybody's going to be reading. And what I want you to do is to start practicing. You're speaking while you are reading. So everybody here that is present, it's going to participate. Even if you cannot show your webcam, that's okay. But we have, let me just remind you that we have Carmen, Gabriela, Fernanda, Manuel, Agustín, Gilberto, Ana, Fernanda, Nael, Alex, Valeria, Adriana, Diana, Concepción, Benjamín, María, Ramón, Carlos, Asael, Abel, and Jasmine. Okay, so everybody is here. Everybody here is going to be reading because it's a lot of reading. As you can see, it's only one page, but it has enough for everyone. Okay, so whenever you see a period, you just stop. For example, over there, there's a period, so that's the first thing. We can do it either voluntarily, or I can point at any one of you, and that's going to be fine. So as it right now, get ready because your turn is about to happen. And whoever is ready can start reading. If you don't volunteer yourself, I'm going to point on you. And if you don't start reading after I point you, then yeah, we already have one. Okay. Someone said me, it's perfect. So you start after me over here. So if you're not ready when we call your name, if you don't volunteer yourself, then you have bad points in attitude, which you don't want that, right? Okay, are you guys ready? I'm writing down another name that I didn't have. Okay, good. So, Gabby, that expression of amusement. Okay, so I'm gonna make it bigger for those of you who are using a cell phone. So let's start. On the count to 3, I'm gonna start and then you go, you continue. Industrial engineers figure out to make or do things better, safer, and more efficiently.
Industrial engineer is a branch of engineering that enables
Involves?
yeah? mm, involves figuring out how to make or the things better.
Good. We'll wait for the next one. Thank you. Very good.
Welcome.
Industrial engineers are concerned with reducing production costs, increasing efficiency, improving the quality of product and service, ensuring worker health and safety.
Continue. Protecting the environment.
Protecting the environment and complying with government regulations.
Good. Thank you. Next one.
They work to eliminate waste of time, money, materials in engineering and other commodities, according to the Institute of Industrial Engineers.
For example, industrial engineering may work to streamline an operating room, shorten a roller coaster line, make assembly lines safer and more efficient, and speed up the delivery of goods.
Good. So now we have history of industrial engineering. Next person.
History
Industrial engineering can be traced back to the start of the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century.
Good. Thank you.
Some of the early practitioners of industrial engineering include Samuel Colt, who pioneered the assembly line.
Thank you.
Frederick Taylor, who introduced scientific. Okay.
Thank you. We stop on the second one. Okay, good. Scientific management and time and motion study. Next person, and starts with Harrington Emerson, please.
Harrington Emerson, who described process, hold on, where is it? Improvement methods in his book, 12 Principles of Efficiency.
Of efficiency. Good. Good. Thank you very much. Next person.
Henry Lawrence Gantt, who developed the Gantt chart for organizational management. Henry Ford, who implemented the assembly line for automobile manufacturing. And Eliyahu M. Goldratt, who developed the theory of constraints thought, which identified the most significant limiting factor in a process, the bottleneck, and was to improve its unit is no longer the constraint.
Okay, thank you very much. Next person, please.
In its early,
Go ahead.
In its early days, industrial engineers was driven almost entirely by the motive to increase the efficiency and profitability of manufacturing operations.
Operations, yes. Thank you. Next person. Did we miss the connection? Hello? Sorry about that. We have a problem with power. We ended up not having power, electricity. It went down, but we're back.
No
So
problem.
yes, you were missing me. So it was Adriana. She finished right over here. Critical of manufacturing operations, and then who else was? Another person, please. Hello.
Starting in the 1940s, the concept of total quality.
Okay.
Management became an essential part of industrial engineering.
TQM. Thank you, Connie.
TQM places emphasis on
ensuring.
TQM places emphasis on ensuring and improving the quality of products and processes in every phase of an operation.
Was that Asael?
Yes, it was
yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I thought it was his voice. Good. Someone else, please.
This
This
has
has
science.
been
This has science being supplied by Six Sigma and the International Organization for Standardization ISO 9000 quality standards.
Okay, thank you. Next person, please.
industrial engineering. Industrial engineers are involved in all stages of production and processing. They may testing new.
Okay, wait for me. They may design new because I need to go up. I need to move the document. There you go. Go ahead, please. Facilities. New facilities from the ground up.
Facilities from the ground up, or they may be responsible for upgrading, expanding, and reconfiguring existing facilities.
Okay, thank you, Ramon. Next person.
They may be recurring to this new equipment or bright specification for equipment purchased from outside vendors and ensure that it meets those requirements.
All right, thank you, Hanael. Next person.
They may also need to report existing facilities and equipment, the new process, and the new tools and features.
Okay, who was that? Who was the owner of that voice? Was that Was that who?
Manuel.
Manuel? Okay, thank you, Manuel. Next person. In order to maintain, I'm gonna move it a little bit there. Next person. Anna.
In order to maintain these standards, industrial engineering must have a basic working knowledge of many areas of engineering and also be familiar with work process, equipment, tools, and materials in order to design facilities, systems, and equipment that meet requirements for cost, quality, safety, and environmental protection.
Thank you. Next person, please.
More and more industrial engineers rely on computer-aided design, C80, systems to design facilities and equipment.
Next person, please.
They also use computer modeling to simulate process flows and supply chains in order to maximize efficiency and
minimize costs. Okay, I still need Valeria, Carlos Iván, Abel, and Fernanda to participate. Fernanda Briceño.
I'm done, teacher.
Oh, Valeria already participated and I didn't count it. Yeah. Good.
She was one after Connie, but I think that you didn't hurt her.
Yeah, probably. Sorry. Okay, next, Carlos Iván. Where do industrial engineers work?
Hasta el punto no, profe.
What?
Hasta el punto.
What is that? Can you repeat the question, please?
I will ya. According to the US.
To the U.S. Bureau.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, depending
Statistics.
on their
BLS. Statistics, BLS.
BLS. Depending on their task, industrial engineer work both in the office and the setting they are trying to improve.
Okay, thank you. Then, Abel, you continue, please. Abel Cruz. For example. Okay, Fernanda Briceño. No. Fernanda is not here anymore, and Abel is not willing to participate, which is not correct. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start reading it back again from the beginning. I'm gonna show you. Well, first, I want you to see this reading again. When I'm reading it, I'm asking you to try to read it at the same time with me. Not speaking it, but try to follow me. And try to see that you made several mistakes because you forgot that you were reading in English. And you were pronouncing the words, or you were mistakenly passing by. For example, when you have Q and U, instead of saying que, it sounded like a simple, like in Spanish sound. And it was hard for you to read it. One, because it's different vocabulary that is being used right now. It's not the simple vocabulary that you use in everyday life, but it is. It's just that we are reducing our vocabulary so much, and we shouldn't. We should start speaking more and start using this. And this is a vocabulary that is just similar, and it should be easy to you as industrial engineers. But I don't know why. It's probably because over the break, not every one of you took the advice of studying English. And unfortunately, if you didn't take the advice, then you didn't study English for a month. And when you forget to study for a month, your brain automatically goes and rests. And then your brain don't remember all of it. So I want you try to do this exercise with me at the same time. I want you to try to read at the same pace that I'm reading. I'm not asking you to read at the same, to read out loud or to speak, but I want you to look at it, to use your vision, okay? Understood? Yes? And so we're going back to that one. I'm gonna start sharing it again, and I want you to listen while I'm reading it. I'm gonna make it smaller because for the purposes of me to read, I don't need to have it that big. Okay. So we're good to go, I think. Let's see, over there. So I'm gonna start, okay? Let's see. What is industrial engineering? Industrial engineers figure out to make or do things better, safer, and more efficiently. Industrial engineering is the branch of engineering that involves figuring out how to make or do things better. Industrial engineers are concerned with reducing production costs, increasing efficiency, improving the quality of products and services, ensuring worker health and safety, protecting the environment, and complying with government regulations. They work to eliminate waste of time, money, materials, energy, and other commodities. According to the Institute of Industrial Engineers, for example, industrial engineers may work to streamline an operating room, shorten a roller coaster line, make assembly lines safer and more efficient, and speed up the delivery of goods. History of industrial engineering. Industrial engineering can be traced back to the start of the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century. Some of the early practitioners of industrial engineers include Samuel Colt, who pioneered the assembly line, Frederick Taylor, who introduced scientific management and time and motion study, Harrington Emerson, who described process improvement methods in his book, 12 Principles of Efficiency, Henry Lawrence Gantt, who developed the Gantt chart for organizational management, Henry Ford, who implemented the assembly line for automobile manufacturing, and Elia Goldratt, who developed the theory of constraints, TOC, which identified the most significant limiting factor in a process, the bottleneck, and ways to improve it until it is no longer the constraint. In its early days, industrial engineering was driven almost entirely by the motive to increase the efficiency and profitability of manufacturing operations. Since then, the continuous invention and development of new machinery and power sources have provided new challenges for industrial engineers to find new applications for these technologies and optimize their use to increase productivity. Starting in the 1940s, the concept of total quality management, TQM, became an essential part of industrial engineering. TQM places emphasis on ensuring and improving the quality of products and processes in every phase of an operation. This has since been supplanted by Six Sigma and the International Organization for Standardization, ISO 9000, quality standards. What does an industrial engineer do? Industrial engineers are involved in all stages of production and processing. They may design new facilities from the ground up, or they may be responsible for upgrading, expanding, or reconfiguring existing facilities. They may be required to design new equipment or write specifications for equipment purchased from outside vendors and ensure that it meets those requirements. They may also need to repurpose existing facilities and equipment design and processes and design new tools and fixtures. In order to maintain these standards, industrial engineers must have a basic working knowledge of many areas of engineering and also be familiar with work processes, equipment, tools, and materials in order to design facilities, systems, and equipment that meet requirements for cost, quality, safety, and environmental protection. More and more, industrial engineers relied on computer-aided design, CAD, systems to design facilities and equipment. They also use computer modeling to simulate process flows and supply chains in order to maximize efficiency and minimize costs. Where do industrial engineers work? According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, Depending on their tasks, industrial engineers work both in offices and in the settings they are trying to improve. For example, when observing problems, they may watch workers assembling parts in a factory or staff carrying out their tasks in a hospital. When solving problems, they may be in an office at a computer looking at data that they or others have collected. How much do industrial engineers make? Most industrial engineer jobs require at least a bachelor's degree in engineering. Many employers, particularly those that offer engineering consulting services, also require certification as a professional engineer, PE. A master's degree is often required for promotion to management, and ongoing education and training are needed to keep up with advances in technology, materials, computer hardware and software, and government regulations. Additionally, many industrial engineers belong to the Institute of Industrial Engineers, IIE. According to salary.com, as of October 2014, the salary range for a newly graduated industrial engineer with a bachelor's degree is $49,636 to $70,852. The range for a mid-level engineer with a master's degree and 5 to 10 years of experience is $69,849 to $106,304, and the range for a senior engineer with a master's or doctorate and more than 15 years of experience is $89,587 to $131,045. Many experienced engineers with advanced degrees are promoted to management position or start their own business where they can earn even more. What is the future of industrial engineering? The BLS projects that the employment of industrial engineers will grow by 5% from 2012 to 2022, slower than the average for all occupations. This occupation is versatile both in the kind of work it does and in the industries in which its expertise can be put to use, the BLS said. That's it. Okay, so now that you had the chance to read it all and to see with the pronunciation, with the correct pronunciation of the words, I hope, myself, I hope that you could see that you made several mistakes. But as we said, the other semester, we're going to continue saying here, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay, and it's about that. We have to push ourselves to try, and we try, we make mistakes, but we correct them, okay? So in terms of trying, you are all good, except for Abel, who didn't want to participate, and Fernanda. But you're doing good. What I want you to do with this reading, I'm going to add it. I'm going to include it in your Canvas also, in your Canvas platform. And I want you to read it and understand it. Because to understand something that you're reading, you need to understand all of the words. And in terms of vocabulary, we have to start looking at the context. I know, and I'm sure, 100% sure that none of you understood 100% of the reading. All of it, including Carmen. She didn't understood 100% of the reading. I'm completely sure. Because no one is proficient in the vocabulary that you were reading. So what I want you to do with this reading is, I'm going to start sharing it again. I want you to take the time, check it, go back to it when you have time. And for example, since the beginning, industrial engineers figure out to make our things better, safer, and more efficiently. Maybe you forgot the meaning of this word. So I want you to underline that word. If you don't remember what the meaning of efficiently is, underline it or well, I'm not underlining, I'm highlighting. Highlight the word. Industrial engineering is the branch of engineering. Maybe you don't know what branch means here. Figuring out. If you don't remember what it means, highlight it. And then at the end, you're going to end up with a lot of words that you didn't understand. And you're going to look it up the definition of those words too. Yes, your glossary is going to be bigger. Yes. A little bigger. You're going to keep building your glossary with this reading. I'm seeing your faces and you're like, oh, more work. Yes. Because the only way to learn more is to try more. So we're going to try and try. And we're going to work. So you guys can build your vocabulary and you can start using that vocabulary. Yes? Uh-huh. Understood? I'm going to open up just one space for you to submit the homework. And in that space for the glossary, I'm going to write it down. This is the space for your glossary, for the proofs. And so you add the words from the reading too. O sea, que le van a agregar las palabras de la lectura to your glossary, okay? Fingers up? Yes. If you have any questions, so this is it. We are starting slow, very slow with the semester. Just a little work. This is it for the class of today. I'm not presenting a special topic. I'm presenting vocabulary. And for that, it's not just me. I need you to work in that vocabulary. I want you to work in that vocabulary. And then next week, we can start talking about using the vocabulary. We started using it a little bit on the reading, but we're going to use it even more through the whole semester. But for this week, it's only about that. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead. Yes.
Are we going to have 1 week to submit the activity?
No, you're going to have, today is Wednesday, right? So you're going to have about a week and a half. Or two?
Okay, thank you.
Do you prefer
two?
Okay, for the people like you that like to start working early, it's fine. 2 weeks will be okay. But for those of you who work at the last day, it's the same. A day or 2 weeks is about the same thing. But okay, according to your request, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks starting from now to complete your glossaries. Okay, even though you're not going to be finished by Monday next week when we are gonna meet, we're not gonna meet again on Wednesday, right? So or actually we could meet on Wednesday. I can have that for you. We can discuss that. Do you prefer to meet on Mondays at 3 p.m. or on Wednesdays at 1 p.m.?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Because yeah, I was thinking on meeting on Mondays at 3, but for me it's okay. I can get your class either day, the video conference class, the one that we are meeting face to face. So that's okay with me. It could be Wednesday. You tell me. How many of you can raise the hand for it? Like making a reaction. Let me see. I'm gonna change to gallery view. Can you make a reaction like the finger like this or something? Wait, over there you have reactions in one of the spaces there in Zoom. Okay, I have Concepcion, Gilberto, Agustin. So this is for Wednesday. You're voting for Wednesday. Maria. And Diana. G, which is Gabby. Rafael,
Carmen.
Carlos, Ramon. Okay, so the majority is voting for Wednesday. Okay, then that's fine with me because we didn't set this. So we're gonna meet on Wednesdays. That's fine. Okay, Wednesdays, 1 p.m. That's when we're meeting for the semester. But anyhow, if we need an extra time, then we will meet on Mondays. but we'll let you know, okay? So it's not going to be a surprise. You are going to know ahead of time, the week before, that we are meeting on that Monday, on a specific Monday, in a case that we may need it, okay? Good? So we're good. Any questions left? No?
Nope.
If you have problems finding one of the terms for your glossary, let me know. Maybe you're finding different definitions, so I can help you decide which one is it, the one that you're looking for. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Like I said, just wait for, I'm gonna open it up and set it up so you can submit it. But the document with the terms, you already have it there. So you can start working now. And so with that, we have finished today's class because you have a little bit of work to do, just a little bit. So I can say that you are already starting working on the vocabulary, and we can finish this session for today, and we'll meet next week. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I don't see your faces happy. Made a happy face, and now we leave. Okay. Nice seeing you guys. Have
Bye.
have a safe rest of the
Bye.
week.
Bye.
Remember to be safe. Keep your health at
Bye.
first. Bye-bye.
Bye.